everyone, welcome to Quilt Talk Tuesday. My name is Tina Diller with Quilting Affection Designs. Today, I want to apologize for last week actually. First, last week our internet went down Monday night and Verizon kept telling us it's going to come back, it's going to come back. They were going to have it up by Monday night. They did not. They had it still. It was until evening on Tuesday when it did, so I had to cancel the show because I had no internet. So, we are back today. We're going to be discussing how to audio. The audio is working. Let me double check. Audio. Microphone is on. Are you still getting no audio? Okay, thank you, Christina, and welcome to the stream. I do see my mic is working; it's bouncing back and forth. So we're gonna be working on finishing our block that we're turning into a little quilt project. So we're going to pin baste it together. Because next week we're going to machine everything together, machine quilt everything on my machine. So I'm hoping everyone, before we start, I want to wish everybody a good week. I'm hoping you guys have had a good week this week so far. Mine's been busy. I've been working on finishing up some projects and getting ready for some more projects to come along. So for some reason my stream is not staying. Just 1 second. I'm sorry, Carol. I'm not sure why you're not getting sound. It sounds like everybody else is. So let's continue on. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to discuss your fabrics. You want to prepare a backing fabric that is going to be at least 4 inches on each side of your quilt block. So what I've done is already pre-cut mine so you have a nice backing area to work with. And then I took a piece of batting, which you're supposed to have a bigger piece of batting about the same size, and I have done that. I've gotten it a little bit bigger than my quilt. Now there's different ways you can baste a quilt. If you're going to machine quilt, you could use the pin way, which I prefer, or you can use 505. It's a basting spray, and you can spray it down. I don't like the smell a lot of it, and I don't want it to get it all over the stuff, especially if it's raining. I have to wait and do it outside. So I prefer to go ahead and pin baste. Another thing you may want to grab is painter's tape or some kind of a medical tape. They will also help when you're preparing your backing. So we're going to go ahead and prepare our backing first. Now you want a big enough area. Now if you're going to do it on the floor, that's great because you can use your pins on the floor and pin baste that way. I'm going to tape on my mat here, and what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and tape and secure your corners and your sides of your backing. So I'm going to go ahead and put tape there. And you guys are not. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. So, and you're going to also go ahead and you're going to smooth it over with your hand and do this the opposite corner. And secure that down. Now if it doesn't lay right, pick up your tape. That's what's great about painter's tape. It's so universal, and you just lay that down. See, that's nice and smooth. So I'll prepare another piece. So if you have any questions as I'm going, please go ahead and post them in the comment section. And I'll be happy to answer them. So now we're just going to tape this down, this side down. I've already smoothed that down. Now we're going to do our fourth and final side. And I'm going to do the same thing as I'm going to grab it and secure it. Now you'll notice that after doing this that it is very, very secure. What I also do is I take the tape and I lay it down. I'm glad if you got it. And you're going to go ahead and tape several times again on the different sides. And you'll know, I'm going to go ahead and actually do this side over here first. And I'm just going to tape the fabric first and then pull gently. And you'll notice it's starting to lay nice and flat. And we're going to do it down here also. Now I'm going to do the top and the bottom the same way. So we're basting this all the way around. We're just securing the back first so it doesn't move on us when we start pin basting. So my backing is down. Now I put the back down first. What we're doing is we are securing the back of our backing of our quilt for down so we can pin baste it. So we are now going to take our batting piece and we are going to secure this piece down also. So I'm just moving it out, and I'm going to do that one also. Because what we want when we start pin basting okay, let me review what we've been doing. In the last 15 week or something like that, we have been going over the quilting basics. We've started from ground basics and we're working our way through working with how to make a block, reading a pattern, what fabrics. I have all the videos posted on my Facebook page of all of the weeks we've done if you want to review those. So today what we're doing is we're working on getting our quilt block that we have made, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to pin baste it today and go ahead, and then next week we're going to start quilting on it. We're just pretending this is our block. So we are now going to, and what I've done already is I've basted, I've secured the back down with right side down to the table. And now I've added the batting, and I'm going to secure this. This will, what I'm doing with the secure, making it secure, is going to make it nice and tight. So you have a nice tight quilt, and it won't things won't move around when you get down to it, pinning it. So I'm going to go ahead and start using the tape again. And this is only temporary. That's why we're only using the tape. And we're going to secure our edges. All the way around. And I'm going to keep taping until I feel I have enough security on my my quilt block here. In doing this, you'll notice that this is not going to move around when I'm going to start pinning the block to get in there. Now, you can use regular safety pins. I like to use the quilting pins, quilter's pins. They have a slight curve, and I'll show you those in a second. So, the batting, the backing are now secure. Now it's time to put our quilt block on top, and we're going to place that right side facing you, and we're going to place that right in the middle of our backing and batting, like so. Now I'm going to also go ahead and I'm going to secure this, but I wanted to show you the pins that I use. Now, with these pins, when you have them closed, they have a slight curve to them. That's what makes this nice, because when they go in, they'll curve a little bit, so you have a nice area and be able to work with them a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and secure the quilt top itself also. And I'm just going to do the basic corners, because we're going to start pinning this. And I want to make sure everything is straight when I do this. The rule of thumb is about every 3 inches you're going to pin. So now, this is the last one. We are now secure, and I'm going to start pinning. The first pin that I'm going to put in is going to go in the middle of the block. Now, I like to do is maybe 3 fingers width across, and that depends on the person's hand. Some people have small hands, some people have longer hands, so that's up to your hands. And then I'm going to go straight across here and do the same thing and pin. And you just keep doing this until you're ready. You have that secure. Now I'm going to go out here and I'm going to pin the border down also. So I'll go on and do this side also. And I'm going to go ahead and pin here on this border. Now, I'm going to now go the opposite way and pin those also. So about every 3 inches you're going to pin. And then I'm going to go out here and pin also. Now I'm going to go to the top and work my way out also. If you have questions, please go ahead and feel free to ask. Want to make sure everything's making sense. So now this is all pinned basically all the way around. Now I'm going to work my corners out. I'll start from this corner and work towards me. And I'm going to, now this has got a half square triangle in it. So I'm going to pin on one side of this half square triangle, and I'm going to pin on the other side of this half square triangle. Now, since I have this corner all done, I'm going to go ahead and pin baste down and towards this center. Then I'm going to work it from this side, from this going this side down and this side over. So now I'm going to go ahead and pin this corner, and I think I'm going to pin one more right here just to hold it down. So now I'm going to excuse me, go ahead and pin on the opposite corner. And we're going to pin on this side. So now we've done exactly what we've done on this side. Now we're going to just repeat what we've done over there, like we did that other side. And I'm going to go ahead and figure out about 3 finger widths apart from this side. And I'm going to do it from here and work towards the corner. And I'm going to add one more just to secure it again. So now I'll work from this side out. Pin baste down. Make sure you get all the way through. And we'll keep working around. So now I'm going to do the same thing with our bottoms as I've been doing. Now I'm going to do this. keep pinning around until you have it all the way pinned. There's not any rhyme or reason for not putting a lot of pins in. You can keep adding more pins if you want to be more secure. I wouldn't go any less than 3 inches around because you don't want to lose your security of your quilt top. So we're just about done pin basting our quilt. There, we have pin basted our quilt. So now we can remove, and it's going to be nice and secure. It's not going to move. So now we can gently pull away our tape all the way around. Like I say, blue tape works great. I've used medical tape that my son has had around the house. That works great also. You can use the 505 spray and fix. I really don't like it for basting. It does gum up the needles a little bit, so I don't prefer to use that, and it stinks if you can't do a ventilated area. So please be warned of that also. So when you're laying your quilt back down, make sure you have a nice flat surface to work from. Again, that way you can either pin to the carpet or tape to the floor, and make sure it's clean area too if you're using a wooden floor, and make sure that your floors do accept tape like this painter's tape. So once you get all your tape done, removed, your quilt is now ready to take to the machine and start quilting. So this is what we have: a nice secure square ready for stitching with your quilt machine. Now if you're preparing your quilt for a long armor, you would still add 8 inches for the whole to add to your backing size. So you will still have the 8 inches would be 4 inches on one side, on both sides of your quilt, and the top and the bottom. So you're going to have 4, 4, 4, 4. You want to give them plenty of room extra for putting them on the long arm. Also make sure your quilt is ready make sure your quilt is ready, make sure you have all your threads trimmed, your borders are nice and straight, they're not wavy. They prefer you not doing to have those really nice and straight. They really appreciate when you have them ready. Let's see. Do you have any questions on pin basting of your quilt? If you do, please go ahead and post them, and I'll stay on a few minutes. So next week we're going to go ahead and we're going to take it to the machine, and I'm going to show you how to use the walking foot to stitch in the ditch and make designs on your quilt. So we'll be covering that. So we'll continue our series on this whole quilt block and how to work with the quilts. Some announcements. I still have my Rambling Star quilt going on. We're getting ready for month 2. If you've been participating, make sure you have your quilt blocks posted in the Rambling Star Facebook group. I will be doing a drawing this week for the ones that finish to get a free pattern. So if you haven't joined and want to join, please look at the comment section, the description area in the this video, and you'll find the link for that. I've also made it available on my website. All my patterns are now in digital format, so you can purchase any of my patterns in digital format also on my website. So it's now up. They are up and ready, and so you can do that. So I'm pleased to have that going on for you. And the quilt behind me, you can see part of it. I'm going to have some announcements on that in this week on Facebook also. That's called Rainbow Serenade. It is a Studio 180 design pattern that I've been working on for about the last year, and I'm now getting ready to go ahead and release it. So this Friday I am releasing Rainbow Serenade. So let me get out of the way, maybe move up the video camera up so you can see it a little bit. So this is Rainbow Serenade. It uses the corner pop tool. I do sell all the patterns that I do use for Studio 180 do have a user companion ruler. I do have them on my website also. So I'm sorry, I'm tired today. I'm stuttering over my words. So the corner pop tool is available for this pattern when it comes released on Friday also. So you can order that if you need to. So the link to my website is in the description area for this quilt, and I will be having send out release information this Friday on the pattern. So I'm happy to announce that. That is it for this week. I don't see any more questions, so I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next Tuesday at 2:30 as we continue our Quilting Basics 101 with Quilting Affection Designs Quilt Talk Tuesday. I will see you all next week. Oh, and be sure to sign up for my newsletter. That way you can follow my schedule. I do and see where I'm going to be at for teaching and for guild lectures. I will talk to you next week, and have a great week. Bye.